All right. All right. Is the stream good? Let's see. I am so happy all of you are here tonight. I hope you can hear me okay. This is something that I hope that you're sitting down for. This is a very, very disturbing, interesting thing. Hello there, Super Dave, Shar, Kitty Meow, yes. Good evening, everybody. Digital Doll, Walk the Truth, Buck Whiskey. Can you all hear me okay? Great, loud and clear, I love that. It's an interesting show. I don't know if you know the name Travis Scott or not. But I do believe after tonight, he's going to be on the tip of your tongue for sure. Especially around the teens of the world and the tweens of the world and the olds and the 30-year-olds and the everybody-year-olds, because this guy is like the new thing. I never heard of him either, but I know who he is, and soon you're gonna know who he is. He's on trending right now. This video, in a couple of days, it has racked up something like, what is it, up to 7 million views already? You know who Kylie Jenner is, right? You know the Kardashians. Do you know who they are? You know, Kylie Jenner is like one of the wealthiest people around. It's very, very interesting. And this is her beau, Travis Scott. He is a artiste, a talented songwriter and performer. And because of this video, because it is meant for shock value, hey everybody, how are you? A lot more people, and I'm doing a part of this too by talking to you, because I'm going to lead you through the video. I'm going to share this piece by piece by piece. And I'm going to unravel all of, there was so much hidden stuff in this video. So many symbols, so many signs, so much of the Illuminati. Oh my goodness gracious. It's crazy. It's like, it couldn't be more in your face. Is this the most blasphemous video ever? That's a question that I have for all of you. We're going to get into everything, and you're going to want to stick around. It's not going to be a very long show, maybe about a half an hour. I just felt like I had to do this. And this video was sent to me by Cassandra on Twitter. I get a lot of emails from a lot of people, and it helps because it's kind of like we're like this army of people, army of love, right? And we're seeing these things, and the reason it was sent to me was because there's a dragon that's featured in it. And at the time, it was number 3 on trending, and that was, I believe, a day or two ago. And I really thought about it, and I said, you know what? After watching this, I kind of have to, unwrap this bit by bit for everybody. This is how the video starts. It starts with a black sheep with the spooky eyes, leading all of the other sheep to you'll see to slaughter, if you will. Usually a shepherd leads the sheep, right? They get off course, there's a reason to hook on it. You can hook the neck, pull them back in line, right? The shepherd. And then usually in the back, you got the sheepdog. You got the sheepdog, you got the enemy, you got the adversary, right? The back of the sheep, now this is important, so pay attention to me. The sheepdog is the adversary of the sheep. The sheepdog is a vicious, horrible thing. And it would just bite and snap and attack and keep those sheep scared while the shepherd's in the front. Now this is interesting because this starts off as the black sheep with the spooky eyes. That's what's leading it. Black sheep with the spooky eyes. Take a look at this. Weird, man. And it's meant to be, right? It's meant to shock value, right? Because it's right off the bat, you're making a statement. Travis Scott, this musician. Now, another thing, I got to say something about this song. By the way, got the lyrics of it. I mean, it's like, I get people think that they're clever, you know, and and it sounds good, and it's got an earworm because you got a lot of people that are good with taking a song and taking a tune and getting it in your head. They know it. They're tricks to the trade. You know, there's ways to play music. There's certain beats that get you into a kind of a, you know, like the flicker rate on a TV. But yeah, I mean, I'm a writer, right? And man, and this is the first couple of lines. This is the real action. The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite. Hey, what do you got a guy doing a video, right? And you got the black sheep leading everybody. So remember, I said the shepherd's usually in the front, so the shepherd here would be this black sheep, which is leading everybody to destruction, if you know what I mean. We're going to get there. And then you got Travis Scott. Look at that guy, right? So cool looking, so hip. Had a designer. Guy paid probably a lot of money, right? The team of people around him. We're going to make you look perfect. We're going to walk you right down the typical middle class area, right? Or now lower to middle class, because pretty much that's the way everything is. But you notice that the lead character of our story is at the back where the sheepdog is, right? The adversary. Listen, there's actually a great lesson to this, by the way, because there's kind of like, I believe that there is a law that's set in place, kind of like, you know, whatever laws we call, you know, they call it gravity. Some people don't say it exists, but you will just say like a law, something that's constant. And that is that you reap what you sow. Okay? So if you do wrong, you got the sheepdog back there. You get off the path, right? Because we're all meant to go down this path. We're supposed to find the truth. We're supposed to have peace. We're supposed to have joy. We're supposed to have hope. We're supposed to feel amazing. And we're supposed to know who we are by submitting who we think we are, by denying ourselves. Meaning, it doesn't mean deprive yourself. It doesn't mean you can't have a beautiful life and have fun, you know, and do all those things. You reap what you sow. You do healthy things, you're going to have a healthy life. You do unhealthy things, you're going to have an unhealthy life. But you hurt somebody, you're going to be hurt. When you love somebody, you're going to be loved. You see, there's this law. Sheepdog, which is in the back, is usually there to scare you back on the path. Now that's an interesting and spooky thing to think about, because that would mean that if there was some omnipotent being called God, that God was in control of all things, right? That then God, which created everything, then also created this sheepdog, this murderer, this liar, right? No truth in him. Murderer from the beginning, and there's no truth in him. The father of all lies. Okay, this is who we're talking about. And this is who this video is all about. Actually, this video is all about bringing forth the Antichrist into the world, right? They're celebrating it. They're like, yeah, you're going to say, it's so bad. It's so bad, this dude. Oh my goodness gracious. Is everybody in the room happy? Is everybody hearing me okay? Is the stream okay? Oh my goodness, man, we are in for a show. A show, I tell you. A show. Kitty meow, thank you. I'm grateful you found the channel 8 months ago too. In Prague, wow, that's crazy. I don't know, kitty meow, what do you think? What do you think? This stuff is some spooky stuff. And what we think is going on is not really going on, and what's really going on is what they're manipulating, and that's the spooky part. So you got the shepherd in the back, and he's walking, and he's walking, and he's singing this really cool song, which the chorus goes, "Stop trying to be God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to be God. That's not who you are." That's the way it goes. That's kind of the way it sounds, too. And after he walks past here, they kind of flip the scene here. Now, this is interesting. Now, pay attention to this, because look at him now. Right? You see that dragon in the background? That serpent? That's interesting, right? Because you got to remember, let me come back to you all. Everything is planned ahead of time. Everything is done on purpose. So, like, even the back, like, I don't have much. I mean, this is just kind of like my, this used to be Ethan's room. This is my little teeny mini office where I edit, right? Well, at the house at least. I edit somewhere else as well. That's where the lightning struck, remember in the last show? But this is like, you know, I mean, there's purposely, some stuff I put there purposely. You know, I'm like, oh, maybe this background will look nice, and I'll put this over here. So, in other words, that dragon didn't happen there by chance. It wasn't like the artist showed up like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a fire-breathing dragon in the background, and we're going to have him overlooking his shoulder while he's singing, "Stop trying to be God. That's not your job. Stop trying to be God." I mean, that's the way it sounds. I'm going to say it again. You know? It's like you don't even need to sing good anymore, right? You know, but there was, I mean, Stevie Wonder played the harmonica on this, and that was like the best part. And ironically, he's blind. So, you know, there's that. Okay, so this in the background, this fire-breathing dragon. Now, if you've been on the channel long enough, you know that I've talked about the dragon quite a bit. Okay, this looks a lot like what we would call the Ouroboros. Now, if you know who the Ouroboros is, okay, it is bada bing. Okay, it's this guy right here. It's the dragon, the serpent, the feathered serpent, the plumed dragon, the plumed serpent, eating its own tail for an infinite amount of time. Now, this is where it gets spooky. They're looped. Looped! At some point, this loop's got to get torn apart. At some point, we can't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. At some point, we're going to see this, where we are right now, where we dwell, 3 dimensions. We already know that there's at least 11. Number 4, they say, is time. Right now, time doesn't exist. Black holes exist, which means that opens up into another dimension. So the physics of the way the world works, whether it's true or not, is it sounds like magic, okay? And like a simulation, if you will, you know, whether or not we're in one, but it sounds like magic, and that's why mythology is so important to understand. And not just that, but understanding symbols and understanding that there are secret societies, there are people that put their faith in these, you know, traditions and these beliefs, and they think that they get power from it by doing, you know, rituals, right? Like Abramovich, we're going to talk about her in a little while. The Ouroboros is it's an interesting sign. Now, I started seeing this quite a bit about a year ago, and I couldn't get it out of here. I couldn't get it out of my mind, and I really needed to know. And then, of course, you know, it all started to kind of make sense again when I started to talk to all of you about how, you know, this Revelation 12 sign. So we're talking about the dragon being cast into the earth, right? This is what we've been talking about on the program a lot, and we've seen the dragon pretty much everywhere, which is how I got this video once again. And the fact that it's in the background, it says a lot. And we didn't even know about this until just a little while ago, Ophiuchus. Do you remember in 2016? Remember in 2016 or so, we found out that we had another Zodiac sign? Now stick around, because I'm going to get deeper into this song. I'm going to get deeper into every single one, but this is important because this all of a sudden appeared. All of a sudden, like, appeared, and we called it a Mandela effect. Remember, I've done shows on this. I did shows back in 2016. All of a sudden, we have a 13th sign, a 13th astrological sign. I'm sorry, it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Because we always had 12. And then they're saying, no. You know, the Babylonians, you know, they had, you know, they wanted the 12-month calendar and blah, blah, blah. And so NASA went, and you look at the date, 2016, didn't change the Zodiac sign. The Zodiac sign, Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer, the man wrestling with the dragon, right? Didn't appear until 2016, around the same time that you had, you know, all that crazy. Around that time, you had the CERN fake, you know, sacrifice. You had then a little bit after that, you had the Gothard Tunnel, the spooky, right, with the Baphomet going around the Antichrist and then time going backwards and they were bowing to it. If you haven't seen it, watch my video on the Gothard Tunnel. I can't talk about it. I want to take a shower just talking to you about this video. That is just like happening where world leaders are clapping and applauding, and these creatures, the Baphomet, which we'll get into, the Pan, the Antichrist, if you will, just basically taking advantage of women and impregnating them. Just, Merkel standing up, the Hollandaise and all the world leaders get together. Okay, so back to the sign, right? So here at NASA, we study astronomy, not astrology, the post reads. We didn't change any zodiac chimes, we just did the math. Okay, so why all of a sudden did we have a new zodiac sign? And what does this have to do with this video? It has to do with this video because this is a herald of the rule that is going to come upon us, the beast system, the time that we've been saying is now is like upon us. Okay, it's upon us. I've been saying things were going to get a little squeezed, a little tension, a little spooky, right? And no, I'm not worried about my channel getting taken off of YouTube. You know why? Because I don't break the rules. I play by the rules, and the truth will come through in my words. And I don't need to attack anyone. I'm not attacking this young man. I'm not attacking Kylie Jenner. Let me come over here and talk to you all. I'm not attacking these people, but these people are the biggest celebrities. The biggest celebrity. Kylie Jenner is like every child or teenager or 20-year-old. I mean, it's like she is, and the Kardashians are, and Kanye West, and I'm like, these are some very influential people who, by the way, are directly linked. Think about the crisis. Think about these poor girls growing up in this home with OJ, which went down with that. Oh God, what's her name now? She used to be see how I did that? Because I don't break the rules. You know who I'm talking about. That's tough. That's a lot to deal with, and then to be in the public eye, right? And then you have all of this nonsense, and it's no wonder that these poor people, they're doing drugs on a regular basis and they get addicted. And we just heard about what's her name? With her overdose. I mean, these people, a lot of people want to demonize them. I'm not here to demonize them. I'm just saying you're all being used. You're all being used, and you think it's cool, but you're not going to get any joy out of this because this beast system, this lie, this little amount of time that we have in this carnal world, the way things are, it's not going to get any better until it gets better within us all. And I'm here to help you with that. Let's read this right here. When the Babylonians first invented the 12 signs of the Zodiac, a birthday between July 23rd and August 22nd meant you were being born under the constellation Leo. Now, check this out. 3,000 years later, you read that part, right? And you're like, what? The sky has shifted because Earth's axis, the North Pole, doesn't point quite in the same direction. Let that sink in for just a minute. The sky shifted, and there's another sign. Ophiuchus, the man wrestling with the dragon, which is in this video. Now, we're going to move on. After he is, looking so cool, walks out into the street, and a real dragon starts to engulf him in flames, okay? And this is quite symbolic because this is the way a lot of people picture the return of Christ, if you will. But notice that the enemy is at the back of the line, right? The adversary, right? The one that's leading us is the black sheep. It's not the shepherd, right? Because sheep, let me tell you something about sheep, okay? Sheep are not a symbol of a wonderful thing, right? They're not. Sheep are dumb animals. They're dumb. They can't even exist on their own. Like one sheep alone dies, right? The only thing they're good for is they're used. That's it. They're just used, used and eaten, and they look, and they're dirty animals, and they have terrible eyesight. Like terrible eyesight. They can't tell the difference between like dirty water and clean water. Dumb animals. They have to stay in the pack. Sound familiar, right? And who's leading the pack? These people who have had such a hard, really, just not fair life. Not fair life, because they should have been raised in my home. Should have been raised in my home. They'd have joy, they'd know peace, and they'd have purpose. And they think that their purpose is what? To take selfies? To make more money? And then you see them break down, and you know that they're also controlled by their handlers and blah, 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 and they have to go out there and wear the merchandise and get you all to buy into the lie, because it's all about symbolism, it's all about magic, it's all about possessing each and every one of you with the dragon. It's crazy. This is why at Shari_42 on Twitter sent me to this, because of that. So he's consumed, right? But that's not the end to him. There is more to the story, and this is where Kylie Jenner comes in. Because as this scene transitions, and we hear these wonderful these wonderful lyrics, which are just, I mean, come on, man. You guys make a lot of money. Can you, I mean, you could have done, you know what? I'm going to try to rewrite this for you. I'm going to do a video and do it my way. How about them apples? How funny is that? Like all of a sudden I'm a rapper. What the heck? Oh my God. You know, this is what my children call cringeworthy. Yeah, I mean, they're cringing right now. They don't even know that I'm doing this, because they probably know who this guy is. I don't know who he was. You know what? I think he looks like the guy who's an actor who played a drug dealer in that TV show, which is a great show. It's with the twin. He goes in. He's a hacker. Oh my goodness. He's playing Freddie Mercury in the Bohemian Rhapsody movie. Great show. Really cool show about, you know, the elite, the powers that be, the cabal, and all of this nonsense. I think he plays, but I could be completely wrong. But anyway, he plays a drug dealer there, and here he's playing Jesus, the drug dealer. Basically, you're going to see. Okay, so he's being burned, and we hear this. Okay, this is good stuff. Ride for it every night. Visions and these ankles tight. Truth be told, I never try. Diamonds are the wife of life. Diamonds are the wife of life. That's it. That's what life's all about. All three rollies look alike. After two, you get a hookup price. Stripper never work a 9 to 5. Delta and I ship it overnight. So yeah, right? Talking about shipping drugs illegally. How you get, you can get a better deal while he's F the money, never leave your people behind. Yeah, it's never love, no matter what you try. It's never love, no matter what you try. It's not. It's all fake, it's all phony, it's all about sex, all about drugs. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about this. 'Cause they did not create commandments, when you hustle, always make it fancy. The signal's far from what you can be, 'cause air traffic controls the landing. Yeah. Air traffic controls the landing. So he gets burned, but then he transitions into this apocalyptic environment, which is pretty horrible. And here we see Kylie Jenner pictured like the oh my goodness, what are they calling her? They're calling her the Virgin Mary. Is that what it was? Pictured as the Virgin Mary? Is that what they're saying? Yeah, Kylie Jenner appears as Virgin Mary in Travis Scott's video. Kylie Jenner is a glowing Virgin Mary in Travis Scott's new video. Kylie Jenner appears as Virgin Mary in Travis Scott's video. The Virgin Mary in the video. Did you hear it, people? Oh my goodness. What art. How wonderful. And look in the background. You see that there? Is that Kim? Is that Kim? I don't know. I can't tell. But I bet you there are people that are going to say, look, it's Kim in the background, overseeing it all. Yes, my little sister. You are doing such a good job. These poor girls. I mean, my goodness, I know that you're going to say these poor girls, but, and what? These poor girls, right? They're multimillionaires. These poor girls, they don't have relationships that stick, right? They got just such drama. I mean, they air their drama. I mean, some of the things what Kim says about her sister, you're not the most exciting one to look at anyway. I mean, it's like that's what life's about. So it's not, and that's why they're empty. And well, right now they may not even feel like they're empty, right? I mean, it's not easy being in the public eye. I get that, and they were groomed for it. Groomed for it. Groomed, I say. When you're in that environment, my goodness gracious. They were just babies. Now she's the Virgin Mary, and she looks a little concerned, don't you think? Looks a little concerned. What does everybody think so far? You all think that this makes... Yeah, that's right. Divergent says the Kardashians have no clue. I agree. Mr. Trick says, Jacob, you rock, and I appreciate that. Make love, not war. You know what? Make war in yourself, because there's a war already going on within you. I wouldn't even be doing this show right now if I didn't get over nonsense. Nonsense, right? And why would we have problems with relationships, do you think? Why would we? You think maybe it has something to do with the, our examples? Now, I know that the stream doesn't look so great. I don't know if it looks terrible on your end. I hope it clears up. If not, just turn on the headphones and don't even bother looking. And it's in the chat right now, Digital Doll, none of it qualifies as music. Now, it's interesting that you say that, because everything is vibration, right? So it's just it's a different kind of music, and it is accomplishing what it's sent into the world to do, which is to diminish, which is to steal, which is to break you down to nothing. Because guess what? The shepherd is still leading the pack. No matter how bad that sheepdogs are barking, no matter how bad that sheepdogs are biting, being led this way or that way, because non-stop diet of this nonsense. Kylie Jenner with her boyfriend. And as this is happening, you see God. Okay? Stop trying to be God. Stop trying to be God. That's not who you are. The reason I did that for you, so you can get an idea of what it sounds like, is because I'm not going to get a strike. I'm not going to get a strike. Not with this. I'm going to play some music. I'm going to play some good music. I'm going to play some music that encourages and inspires and lifts up and isn't so egocentric. So here you have God, right? Of course, with the typical, right? The royalty. Look at underneath this guy's beard. Look a little familiar? Oh, it's going to look more familiar soon. Stay with me. And of course, the dancing girls, which are quadruplets, I believe. I don't know. I was reading about this and I just kept shaking my head. I kept thinking, yeah, okay, this is the guy that Kylie Jenner, like the wealthy, this is the one that she chooses, right? But he's so creative. He's so artistic. Just probably being a hater, right? Because he really is so, so creative. Let me see here. Stop trying to play God Almighty. Always keep your circle tight. I've been wanting Poopy my whole life. Family show. I'm warning you, best not try to play God tonight. First rule of war, you find an active one. You can't win a trophy or a plaque off her, but never turn your back on her. 'cause they did not create commandments. When you hustle, always make it fancy. The signal's far from what you can be, 'cause air traffic controls the landing. Yeah. Stick to my roads in the journey. That's another one. This guy, follow this guy. The God. So he's playing God, and he's playing the enemy as well. But there's more to this story. I'm sorry because, I know these lyrics are pretty horrible, right? I know they are, but, I gotta tell you, it's produced in such a way that it lulls you. And you start to I heard it a couple of times because I wanted to hear what was going on. I really wanted to backmask it just because I think that's probably, somebody's gonna find that there's some stuff in there. There has to be. I hope somebody does. And I know I'm giving this guy publicity, and I know that's what you're going to say. And you know what? I hope I do. I hope this thing goes viral. I hope they see this so that these girls and this young man can see that they're in a position that they can, legitimately turn things around and change things. Like they have that power. But, look at how they depict God. And see, here's the problem, right? If you believe in a God that's like that, you're made in the image of that. You see what I'm saying? Now, where's the public outcry about the dancing girls that are half naked? Everybody talks about how, oh no, we're opposed to this and we're for this, and you hear you hear things like feminism, and you hear this and you hear that, and it's and yet no, this is on trending number 3. Trending number 3, this guy who's going to become Jesus and start baptizing people till they start partying. Yeah, gets there and it gets worse. This guy, holy mackerel. I come on here all the time because I'm just trying to get everyone to open their eyes to a little bit more. So after he's, watching with the half-naked girls, then we cut to Travis here. Now notice all of his followers. Interesting, right? Look at the way they look. I'm going to ask you to scan the crowd. And I'm just going to say, what do you notice? What do you notice about this picture? See a bunch of people, they're wearing white shirts, sure, and they got blue jeans on. Kind of blindly following, it seems. There's not a lot of, I'd say a lot of, would you say, diversity? Which, I don't know, maybe not done on purpose, maybe done on purpose. It's neither here nor there, I don't know. But I find it curious. And here he is, right? He's back now. God's telling him, stop trying to be God. He's playing the part of Jesus, obviously, right? Supposedly. And he's got all of his followers. He raises his hand. He turns around, raises his hand. They immediately do the same. Blindly. Following. That scene, of course, then moves into another scene where he is baptizing, believe it or not. Yeah. A clever trick. Wait till you see this one. I just don't understand why, see now, there are going to be diehard Christians that are going to be very, very offended by this. They're going to be diehard Christians that are going to say, well, something, right? Unless, of course, it's all entertainment for them too. But on the flip side of the coin, the the idolatry of it all, idolatry, what that means is that you are making an idol and you're picturing God as something. There's a scripture in the Old Testament. It's where God is, he said, you're not supposed to make me in the image of anything. Nothing in the earth, nothing in the ground, nothing beneath the earth, nothing in the sea, nothing at the depths of the sea, nothing in the sky, nothing in the heavens, nowhere, no how. Do not ever compare me to a four-footed thing or a corruptible man. You're not supposed to compare God to a corruptible man. And here's a corruptible man. Corrupted. And he thinks that he is, I don't know his life. I don't know his life. And, and just like Adam, he was formed with the dust. All the lies, the imagination, we all are. We come into this world and then our lives form us into this idea of who we think we are, with all of our insecurity, all of our fear, all of our pain, all of our... And it's hard to get over that. It's hard to understand that you are not that. And then what does man do? He gets every carnal, egotistical, fleshy, down on his luck man and woman to believe that God is a man, just like them, corruptible. Scriptures say that it's impossible to know God, that the only way to know God is that the Son, the child of God reveals God, the Son of God. The word son means progeny. It's not just literal sex, but of course you could say Jesus. Yeah, he was a literal man. Okay, got that. I could hear everybody in the comment section trying to trip me up because everybody's head's in the wrong place. And why wouldn't their head be in the wrong place when you have the idol of an idol of an idol here baptizing people, so that a second later, look at this. Look at... On the left, you see, it's like, please, please baptize me with the spirit of partying. Please let me party. Please let me get cool hair like you. You're so cool. You get a free joint. When you buy 3, you get 2. You get 1 for 2. You get a free one. So cool. He's so hip. He keeps his circle tight. I wonder how tight that circle's going to be with Kylie Jenner. I wonder. I'm not saying that it's not destined for failure. I would love it if the two of you said, you know what? Look at us. We're being used. I don't really want to leave a legacy of people that are doing drugs, people that are sad. Money's not the answer. Money's not the answer as I sit here, as I bury my other friend, as I bury... my band member. Money's not the answer. Demi Lovato. Role models. These are role models. And now they're making themselves God. And quite on purpose. But you see, the thing here is that Travis, according air traffic controls the landing. Right? The secret meetings. Right? Where is it? Where's the beginning of this? This is the real action. The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones. Grasshoppers, by the way, is interesting because in Scripture, when we were meant to inherit the promised land, grasshoppers like an insignificant thing. It's like, we're like grasshoppers compared to them, these giants. And sometimes we can feel that insignificant. We can feel like that. So I don't know what a grasshopper is. Probably some kind of stupid sex thing. I don't know. The hip ones all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite. They're all gathered in secrecy, right? But they're not doing it in secrecy because they're showing all of you. Look at me. Look at me. I'm baptizing all of your... Middle America's following me. I'm going to corrupt them all. Remember Eminem? He was famous for saying that. You just hate me because they're bleaching their hair and they're saying the F word. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we saw how he had a drug problem, right? Issues, poor guy. So talented. So talented. Now he's like left trying to remake. But, you know, and he'll go down probably as one of the great. He will go down. I'm sorry, I know. He'll go down probably as the greatest rapper of all time, but he'll probably be dead, right? Before he really loves himself. And how could he love himself, right? Because, I mean, the guy, look at the way he was brought up, poor guy. And then, you know, you throw all this money and all this power and everything else, and it's like you've known nothing but corruption. A corrupt man baptizes you into more corruption. Kylie Jenner is Mary Magdalene in this video. Crazy. So we move beyond, you know, and this is the now you understand why it looks like on the. Here, let me see if I can move it up for you. You see why it looks like on the right side. You know, after he baptizes them, they're all woohoo! Look at how hip we are. You know, yeah, it's not cute. It's not cute. But you know, the imagery. It's like if you look at it, I mean, it's you can't say that they're not artists, but we have the same tools, and the problem is this world is not for us. And I don't mean like, oh, we should just not be here anymore. I get a lot of people, because that's a lie, by the way. It's like, you don't understand. You got to get past the illusion of all this nonsense. You got to get past what you're looking at right now. You got to get past that idea that you're going to party once you get baptized by the hip, cool Travis Scott. Some of you have ears to hear what I really just said. Others won't, which is cool because you ain't ready. It's all right. We're all in this together and we're all just trying to get by, right? Well, I'm not just trying to get by anymore. I'm here to bring you to a place where see, after all the baptism, this is the next scene. This is the next scene in his video, his beautiful video, right? Where diamonds are the wife of life. That's my advice to you. Everything I've learned, all my wealth, everywhere I've been, and maybe he's not been anywhere. I don't know this man's story. I didn't look it up, and that's why I'm not going to judge him as somebody who's privileged. He has privilege now, and he has a choice, and he obviously is talented. To create an earworm like this that is trending, which is 7 million views. I mean, I did this earlier today. I had a picture of it, and I think it was at like almost 7 million views already. So as he's destroying everything, and notice he's riding the dragon. You know, it's like the beast system. God gets angry, right? So he destroys him, of course, with his laser beam eyesight. Notice that the crown of thorns he's wearing is made of gold. And once again, remember the thing that was around his neck. And of course, what are they doing? They're blowing kisses. And there are all sorts of shots of these girls. I'm not about to bring them to you see them. So he gets angry and, you know, he's stopped trying to be God, right? Because they did not create commandments. When you hustle, always make it fancy. The signal's far from what you can be. Ooh, because air traffic controls the landing. Now, you know, and somebody thinks this is deep. And someone's thinking like, you know what, man? You know what we're going to do? You're going to shoot laser beams out of your eyes, man. And you're like, yeah, that's fire! That's fire! That's fire! Oh, God. Remember how they turn words? The cool people, they turn words, right? Something that's really awesome and amazing and wonderful is wicked. Right? Now it's fire, man. These blind guides who consider themselves to be children of the adversary, because, of course, everything's in reverse. That's why you had at the back of the pack, right? You had him earlier. So here he's doing this. God gets angry. He destroys him. He's like No, no, no. You're getting a little too big for your britches. But this is all part of the plan, right? It's all part of the plan. We're going to further make fun of your vision of a God that destroys and is angry and blah, 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 right? As if that somehow, as if that idea of God, this idea of God, that's the God they serve. That's the idea. Listen to me, that's the idea of God they have. They're made in the image of this God. Right there. They don't know it. They think that they're like making fun of people who have faith or something because, they of course have done all the, they've been enlightened to they brought into the fold, right? They all the secrets they meet and they gather in secret and they're flying high as a kite now, right? All the Illuminati with their symbols and their signs. People. Oh God, these people out of control. So he gets burned. His face is burned away. I would like to point out, what the heck is in between his teeth? By the way, his teeth, they look very fake. He's got good teeth. I got ugly teeth. He's got great teeth. He's got good teeth, except for he's got this weird teeth. What is that, like a pearl? I don't know. There's a little thing that you don't know what's going on with me, by the way. I got a cyst. Yeah, that's right. It's really cool. I just because my teeth were like starting to get crowded in my mouth, and then you got this guy with his straight teeth, right? So hip, so cool. He's even got like an extra tooth growing out of his gum or something. It's not cool. It's lost. So I go and I have a referral for I want to get the braces again. I was really severely buck teeth when I was a kid. Man, I was a really man. I was like this, and I had braces for like years, and they, it's starting to. Now you're all gonna be focusing on my teeth, so I'm just gonna talk like this from now on. I'm just gonna talk. I'm gonna keep my teeth away from me. But no, so I go in, and the guy's like, he's looking at the thing. He goes, "Oh wow, oh no, this isn't good. This isn't. You can see that thing right there on your wisdom tooth. It's got a big growth thing right on my wisdom tooth in here." He says. Lucky, it's like 1% of the population has 1%. It sounds really scary, but in the grand scheme of things, just 1 out of 100 people, and there's like billions of people. So like a lot of people have this, right? That's what my friend Devin was telling me. We were talking this morning over coffee. A lot of people have it, If you're looking at 100 people, you're like, oh, poor me. But when you're looking at like billions, you're like, oh, I got millions of people with me. So I got this thing. I got to get it. I got to get a biopsy, and then it's going to be shipped out. And if it's aggressive, go to the hospital. They're gonna, So may have to cut the. It's not going to be fun because it's on the nerve, right? So guy tells me I'm not going to be like drooling all over myself coming in and like, not going to be doing that stuff, unless I'm trying to entertain you. But I won't be able to feel anything. So he goes, that's probably what to expect. I'm not expecting anything really bad, but I'm kind of excited. I'll share it with you guys because, it's like another adventure. I was just talking to Jason. You got to check out his channel. Jason. Everybody knows I am, right? His channel on YouTube. I was talking to him. He's like, in the grand scheme, it's like you're not this body anymore. He's, once you understand that, once you understand that you're more than this flesh. It's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like I'm along for the ride. I'm along for the ride, people. I hope you're along for the ride. And I'm buckled up. And I'm just taking it all because I'd rather be happy. I'd rather be at joy. I'd rather have peace. And I'd rather not think that drugs are going to get me there because drugs are just going to steal from me. This is where I'm going to end up. This is your life on drugs, people. This is your life on drugs. It's the way it is. And sadly, this is kind of like the day that we're in. Seems like everybody's. My goodness, the epidemic, the drug epidemic, it's out of control. Now, this is where it really gets kind of spooky, okay? So after he's destroyed, after that happens, we cut to this manger scene. Yeah, right? It's a little weird. Shepherds are usually in the front. He starts off in the back. And here we are at a manger. Now, why would that be? Oh God, there's the reveal. Well, you know what? You saw the thumbnail. So you probably already know. But the camera moves in, and we see Kylie with the newborn king, I guess. It's the Baphomet. Remember who that is? All the celebs are into him. And then at the very end, the little baby goat, right? This cool baby goat starts to sing in the manger. After being killed by God, resurrected as the Baphomet. Let me say that one more time. The devil's shepherd, that's the story, right? Coming from behind, bringing destruction, getting everybody hooked and partying and drugs and burning everything down, and their angry image of God, their idea of what God is. Oh, and God corrects, believe me. We'll all be corrected. Corrected on a regular basis. But their God is a different God than I know. And the funny thing is that you'll laugh at people that have real faith, right? Make fun of people talking about the Mandela effect. Make fun of people talking about, this or that. Planet 9, Nibiru, Flat Earth, whatever it is. Whatever you believe. Chemtrails, the Illuminati, the New World Order, all that. They're going to make fun of all that. That's fine, All of that is to get all of you to find the truth. To see that this world is not the kingdom that's promised us. That this world can be a paradise, but for it to become that paradise, we have to stop making people like these our idols. They worshiped the stars back in the day. They still worship the stars. Do you worship the stars? Are you a follower of Kylie Jenner or the Kardashians or Travis Scott? Are you interested when you read things about them? Sure you are. And then you want to pass judgment on them. Look at these disgusting, but you're still there worshiping. Do you know what worshiping means? Let me tell you what that means. Let me come back to you for a second. Because a lot of people don't know what worshiping is. See, the world, religion, has taught you that worshiping is, oh, Lord, thank you so much. Yes, I love you. It's not the way I sing. I have a good voice. But, if I were to sing, next thing you know, I'm going to sing for like an hour. No, you don't want that. You don't want that. I'm going to do a version of this. Travis Scott's. So they think that worship is like, singing, and it's like basically it's partying. Right? That's what it is. I'm worshiping with the Holy Spirit, right? Same thing. He's showing you. Where's that picture? Let's get that picture again. He's showing you. You're being moved by the Spirit, right? Being moved by the Spirit. Look at you. Raise those hands. Now, am I not saying you should praise God? No. You can praise God. You be joyful. I dance all the time. I dance at the gym. I'm that guy. One day, a video is going to be like, look at Jacob. Look at him. But man, that looks fun. That's what they're going to say. They're going to, like, in the back of their head, they're going to say that looks fun because you know what? Life is meant to be lived. It's not meant to be living like you're dead. But you don't need drugs. You don't need to bow down and worship Travis Scott and get his great information. Meanwhile, they all meet in secret so that y'all can watch this video now. And yeah, look, watch the video. Go ahead, watch the video. And then share this video around. I think people should know that it's like right in their face. It's almost like they're not just making fun. They're telling you that celebrities, right? Kylie Jenner, the most influential person when it comes to this age group in makeup, right? So influential that there's the with the Kylie Jenner challenge where you suck a shot glass until it explodes and rips your lip apart. Yeah, go ahead, go down that wormhole for a little while. See how that lands you. This is the celebration. The Baphomet. I did a video called, what is it, After School Satan? You should check that out. I don't know. Actually, maybe that was taken down. That may have been taken down. I'm not too sure. But this is the statue that's there. This is the statue. And of course, all the celebrities, they all wear it. There's Kanye West, the Baphomet. Before his, what they call the breakdown or awakening or whatever it is. Beyonce's real trendy with this one. This was, I mean, look, we've all done, there's so many great, you want to, check out KJ, Scariest Movie Ever. He does great stuff on this too. So many channels. We know it. We don't even have to go really into. We know what this means, right? We know what it means. Such a cool baby goat. Travis Scott. Here it is. Now that was what? That was August. It was published August 6th. Now look at how many people have seen it, and I guarantee it's more than that right now, because I mean I think I clipped this earlier today. I'm not sure. I'm going to go back here into the chat. I want to talk to all of you. I'm going to get a nice picture up. Get a nice picture up so we don't have to be looking at all this. I mean, don't you think that's just really crazy? I mean, don't you think that this is a little too much, right? This is a little too much. How do you... And they think that this is such a great piece of art. They're like, look at this closing scene. Yes! There's our Savior. He is now born in the world. I'm not one, I know I've heard of Paul Begley. I've watched Paul Begley and I know that there are a lot of, and I know these guys, right? I'm not like them. I don't see things the way they do. I do like a lot of the stuff that they say. I don't watch him. I mean, I don't even know why I'm saying it. He just seems like a really nice guy, and I think that but I think that we all see things a little bit differently, right? So people are waiting for certain things to literally happen, and I think that a lot of this is going to happen. I think that what's going on right now in Israel is pretty obvious, right? We're waiting for something to happen there. The fact that huge stone fell from the wall, that alone says something. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of, and now that it's a complete nation state, right? The Jewish nation, right? These are all events. All the world leaders are coming together. It's almost like everybody has been possessed to tell this story that they've read, but they're telling the wrong version. They're telling the flipped version. They're telling this version. This version. This is the God that they're waiting for. This is the one. Excess. Drugs. Divorce. Perversion. Hatred. Bias. Prejudice. This is their God. This is who they're celebrating. This is the dragon that was on the wall. The dragon that I said was coming. The dragon that I said was being cast into the earth so that the world would become, this would become the norm. These poor misled artistes who really could do a better job with their grammar, if you ask me. 2016. What's going on? Is the loop coming to an end? And I don't think that that's a bad thing. Because I'm looking at the beginning. I'm not looking at the end of like everything going kaboom. Now, look. I'm sure it's gonna. God, the world is so crazy right now. Everything is so bonkers right now. But I'm okay. And I'm excited. And here I am. And here I am talking to all of you. And I wrote about like one day this was going to happen. And here I am. Over 101,000 of you. Whether, YouTube's dropping here or you dropping me, or it doesn't matter. But it continues to grow. Because the kingdom is not in this world, it's in you. The problem is they're selling you on a kingdom that's in this world. It's the dragon's kingdom, where the black sheep leads. Where the shepherds, the one that leads the sheep, it's not the shepherd who's walking in front and showing them the way and saying, this is how you get to the way. This is how you overcome. Follow me. Because you're all a bunch of blind, dumb, stinky animals that can't make it alone. Follow me. And I know you're so dumb in this world of 3 dimensions that I'm going to make sure that there's a shepherd behind you getting you to do everything wrong so that you reap what you sow. They're being led by the black sheep. Be the black sheep. The black sheep's the leader. Let's do it backwards. 2016, Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. The man wrestling with the dragon. You don't think that that's a little coincidental? SpaceX dragon, the dragon, you don't think that's, and I know people are like, oh, you're really out there, man. I'm really out there. The people that you're following, let me just bring this up right again. Okay, give me a second. Where are you? Where are you in your little major, your little Baphomet? Where are you? There you are, right? I'm a little kooky. They're like, let's get this video trending. I work a lot of hours. I got like a normal job. I've been there. I've been with the celebrities. I've worked with them. I've produced a lot of artists. I did a show called Thunderbox. I produced Exhibit. I produced Eve. I produced a lot of old school guys like Kumo D, Dougie Fresh. I didn't know anything about hip hop. I didn't know anything about it, but I know how to make TV. But a lot of them, I remember Ludacris. I remember him. He was being brought backstage, and I was doing I didn't know who he was, but it was funny because Dom, one of my producers, he's like, oh, you're gonna get out of the way, and I was like, what are you? Who are you? It's Ludacris. I think that was his name. It was hilarious. I don't know. It was a while ago. Man, I work with these people. They're not all there. Not all of them. Some of them are good people. But my goodness, look, man, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Batista threatening to quit, I don't want to do it all to do it. I mean, come on, man. We need role models today. We need people to lead people on the right path today. But this is what they're celebrating. You got to watch my video on the Gothard Tunnel so you can get an idea of what the world leaders were applauding, giving a standing ovation to. And share the video around this one. I feel like it's important. I feel like it is. I don't know. I didn't feel that way when I started it. Here's Lady Gaga. My goodness, I didn't have to go far for these either. It's not like they hide it. 666 everywhere. But look, I mean, you know, and she's best buddies with Abramovich. Remember her? I can't even talk about the things that she's done. The spirit party, the spirit cooking party, the feces and this. I can't even get into anything. WikiLeaks revealed it. Go watch it because I got to play by the rules, right? But they're putting it out there so you see it. They're putting it out there because this is what they want to bring about. They want to bring about a system of total excess. They want children to be dying. They don't want families to be strong. They want the population to be trimmed down so that only the elite are left. You know what the guidestones are. Now, I'm not saying that Travis Scott, Kylie Jenner, they have no idea. They're all tools. They're all children that were brought into a bad environment and have not found a way to get out. It's terrible. And it breaks my heart because you know what? These are the people. Everybody thinks it's so cool, the baby goat. That actually is cool. That baby goat is cool because that's just it's a baby goat. You know? It's the day we're in, man. The day we're in. I just, I wanted to come on here and I want to share all that with you. And now you know the video and you know the in the outs of it and you can go watch it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to put a link below it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make it easy for you because you could feel bad when you're going to watch it. But I watched it and I watched it a bunch of times. And there was so much stuff. And I know I probably forgot a lot of stuff that I saw along the way. Because I'm like, oh, there's one thing and there's one. But it's just filled with all sorts of symbolism. It's the day we're in, man. It's exciting. Because I know the if we're gonna go by the Bible, which let's think about this for a second. 66 books. They were canonized by men. The double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. 6 is the number of man. A lot of people say 666. They say that they think that it's the devil's number. That's why these celebrities, they think that they're worshiping the devil. They put the 666. And they do the 6. It's the number of man. They're meatheads, dumb sheep, following blind guides, dumb. The Bible, 66 books, right? But God ordained everything that's going down. There's a passage in Scripture, and this is a hard one for people to understand. It's in the King James Version, where it says, I create evil, I make peace, I create chaos, I make peace. And in another version, it's I create evil, I create dark, I create light. I, Lord, do all these things. In other words, God's in charge of everything, right? There's a sheepdog for a reason. There's a passage. Now, this is going to freak some people out. But I want you to look it up. And I don't know it by heart. I should probably, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look it up so that I can do this. Because this passage, people don't know the Bible. If you're going to say that you're teaching from the Bible. I have pastors that email me. Actually, one of them, I actually shared, you want to watch a good pastor? You watch, well, actually, you know what? I'm not going to share that because he's moving on to something else. And he's going to come, I just talked to him. He's creating a new YouTube. But on my Facebook, you can check him out. The only guy that I've ever called pastor, the only guy, because he was a pastor to me, and I knew that, and he's, it's rare to find people that really, truly are accepting and loving and are not condemning and open to deeper things. Because I'm trying, and I have been trying, under the guise of all of these kooky stories. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, people. That's the allure, right? But there's symbolism to it. I'm here to try to get you all out of this. I'm trying to get out of it too. Well, we're in it, but we're not of it. I'm trying to get you out of the of it part. I want you to, you can be a cool baby goat, but I don't want you following Travis Scott. And I don't want you to stop trying to be God. Man, it's amazing how things hit you. Stop trying to be God. Interesting. I try to be more godly every single day. God is love. So if God is love, stop trying to be love. God is justice. Stop trying to be justice. God is peace. Stop trying to be peace. God is life. Stop trying to be alive. I'm not stopping. I'm not God. God is not a man that he should lie, nor the Son of Man that he should repent. That's in Scripture. But everyone has its existence. God is all in all. Everything has its existence. Everything was made for the Son, by the Son, through the Son. We're all part of the truth, but we're expressing outwardly the lie, and we're existing in the lie, and we've stopped trying to be like God. We've stopped trying to love. And especially now, where it's more evident than ever before,